Namaste everyone, I am Ramyashri. Welcome to my channel Ashwin's Astrology. A lot has been said and a lot has been discussed about what can happen post 29th of March, because 29th of March 2025 looks like a doomsday for all of us, because on that day Shani Dev will be transiting to Meena Rashi, where he will join the party of the 5 other planets, becoming a 6th planetary conjunction. So Surya, Chandrama, Buddha, Shukra, Rahu and Shani will be in Meena Rashi on 29th of March 2025 and also on 30th of March 2025. So these 2 days we can see a great amount of energy sparking in Meena Rashi, and the other 3 planets, Guru in Vrishab Rashi, then Mangal or Kuja in Mithun Rashi, Guru in Vrishab Rashi and Mangal in Mithun Rashi, and then Ketu in Kanya Rashi. So overall, seeing living Rahu Ketu, the Chaya Grahas, the 7 planets would be in 3 Rashis. This forms a Nabhasa Sankhya Yoga, Shula Yoga, and many other yogas like Shani Rahu in Meena Rashi forms Shrapit Yoga, Surya Rahu forms Grahan Dosha, then Budh Rahu is not a good yoga, so it's a Buddhi Brahman, yeah, something new innovative stuffs, and Shukra Rahu is also not a good yoga from classic scripture point of view. So all these planets getting afflicted with Rahu actually will trigger something very bad, because 29th of March is also solar eclipse and it's an Amavasya, so it's a solar eclipse as well, because sun is very close to the north node of the moon, that is Rahu. So we can expect something very critical or very bad event happening across the world. So now let's try to analyze what all things we can expect due to this event, because the event which is happening, the conjunction which is happening on 29th of March can have an impact for the next 4 months. So March 29th to May 18th is a very crucial time period, and the effect of it might last till July 15 until Shani turns retro. So March, April, May, June and July 15. So these 4.5 months are like a big important months, and it can change or it can make or mar our lives as well. But from the world point of view, from the country point of view, these are very, very important. Let me remind you, Kanya Lagna or the Kanya Rashi will be getting aspect of all the planets during this time, because all the planets in Meena Rashi will have a direct aspect on Kanya Rashi. Then Guru in Vrishab Rashi will cast its 5th aspect on Kanya Rashi. Then Kuja in Mithun Rashi will cast its 4th aspect on it. So Kanya Rashi also will face the same amount of brunt or even much more than Meena Rashi. So this is not a normal event which we can ignore. So astronomically it's great, but Vedic Jyotish point of view, it's not. So now let's see what could be the global impact of all this multi-planetary conjunction in Pisces sign, because Meena Rashi, as I mentioned, it is the 12th house, and this rare celestial event unfolding in this Meena Rashi is definitely poised to trigger this some significant global events. So let's see how it will actually. So this analysis is intended for those who are interested in astrology, particularly Aries individual who is seeking foresight about it. So let's see to that. So this is how the planetary conjunction would happen. In North Indian side, I have purposefully brought it into the 4th house to show how this will be. So Saturn, Rahu, Venus will be retrograde, and Mercury is retrograde, Sun and Moon. So usually what we see, Jupiter, Mars and Saturn are the outer planets. From geocentric position, they are the outer planets, and Mercury, Venus are the inner planets. So these both Mercury, Venus, Buddha and Shukra is staying in main Rashi for a very long time. So they are the fast moving planets, but they are staying in the same Rashi for more points, so becoming slow moving planets. And Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, who are actually the slow moving planets. So we'll keep out Mars for some time. So among the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn are the slow moving planets, and now they become bit fast, and especially Jupiter has become Atichari, and we'll see the fast moving planets becoming slow and slow moving planets become the fast. And now Mars, we have seen from last 6-7 months, he is transiting through Mithun and Karka Rashi, and Mithun and Karka, so they here only. So we can see a lot of change in shift in the motion of the planets also, and that's what has caused all the planets to accumulate at a same Rashi like Mean Rashi. So now when we see how the changes or what it could impact, uh, the main changes on the world will start like this. So the first one would be the potential for social upheaval. So we could see rising crime, we could see communal riots, because planets in the 12th house can signify secret plots, and there is a risk of increased conspiracies and assassinations. And communal riots also will, because historically if we actually look into, many of the religious extremist activities have been incited or have uh, taken place during the Shani Rahu conjunction itself, and we can expect some heightened tensions and some potential ways of forced conversions also during this time, because Shani Rahu are like the two most malefic planets meeting in a malefic house like 12th house. So communal rights and criminal activities upheaval. So this is pretty much expected during this time. And next, we can, from the nature point of view, we can expect some natural calamities. So multi-planetary conjunction in this Jalatattva Rashi, Meena Rashi, this can trigger some natural disasters. So consider the 2004 tsunami also has a warning, because that did happen when Shani Rahu was conjunct in Vrishchik Rashi. So that did happen, and we know that Vrishchik Rashi, or the where the nakshatras come, it does indicate the southern direction. So we did actually face that kind of a natural calamity of tsunami. So similar kind we can expect, because again now this conjunction is happening in another Jalatattva Rashi, that is Meena Rashi. And one more thing which I was bit skeptical to say, but still I have to mention it in a very politically in a very concise way, that is we can expect some mass layoffs from many of the multinational firms, because Shani, who is the natural 10th and 11th lord, so Shani is the lord of this Makar Rashi as well as Kumbh Rashi, so Makar and Kumbh Rashi. So he come into the 12th house, which is house of loss and house of um what to say, termination. So when the house of occupation is going to house of loss, so definitely it suggests a great amount of mass layoffs. And because there are so many planets in 12th house which represents loss, and Shani in this 12th house suggests economic loss also. So we can see a couple of countries losing the economy or going bankrupt or declaring themselves as bankrupt. So that's also quite possible. And especially those countries which has Mesha Lagna, because those Mesha Lagna individuals or the countries which has Mesha Lagna, they can actually face this more. And technology shifts and restructuring also can impact the employment, because Shani is now becoming weaker. Shani represents manual labor. So Shani is actually becoming weaker and weaker, and Rahu is becoming stronger, because next Rahu, you can see Rahu is already in 3 degree 12 minutes. So Rahu will move to Mesh Rashi, sorry, Rahu will move to Kumbh Rashi next, because he has to go back. So Rahu will move to Kumbh Rashi, and Kumbh Rashi becomes one of the, what to say, for Kumbh Rashi, there are two lords. Shani is the main lord and Rahu is the sub lord. So Rahu, when he goes to Kumbh Rashi, the Kumbh Rashi lord Shani will be in Meena. So Rahu will feel that it is his own Rashi, because already he has a co-ownership of it. And now coming to the same Rashi, he will definitely feel much more better there. So we can see during this time Rahu might actually start triggering a lot of technology shift, because Rahu is the technology. Whatever the mobile phone we hold, or the apps or everything, this new illusionary world, it's a all Rahu's creation. So Rahu loves automation. Rahu loves integrating new things. So he's the out of box thinking expert. So Rahu there and Ketu in Simha Rashi. So it shows that even the authorities also will accept it, because Ketu is in Simha Rashi, which represents power and authoritative people. So they also will accept Rahu's techniques, and that's how Rahu will get the things integrated. And Rahu is in Kumbh Rashi, which is for house of innovations, ideologies, philosophies, and all. So we'll see a lot of changes in those areas as well. And to mention from the geopolitical instability perspective, so there could be some border tensions, especially countries with Kanya Lagna, that is Russia and Israel. They may face heightened war tensions. A planetary conjunction in the seventh house indicates conflict actually, because so seventh house is the house of war, army, or battalion, rebellion. All these things comes from the seventh house. So not just sixth, even seventh house is very important for any kind of big wars and all. So seventh house from the Kanya Rashi or Kanya Lagna getting activated or having so much of planets, and also Jupiter, Mars also will be watching Kanya Rashi. So if you can see here, all the seven planets are watching the Kanya Rashi. Jupiter through its fifth aspect is watching this Kanya Rashi. Mars through its fourth aspect is watching this Kanya Rashi. Because of which, because Saturn, Mars aspecting it, Jupiter aspecting it, so there could be some advisors who would actually try to curb the war for some time after March 29. But on May 14, Jupiter will move to Mithun Rashi, and by that time Mars would be already in Karka Rashi. So uh, probably war would have already started during this time, or there could be some signs of it also. So the border tensions will start. So I'm not telling that exactly what happened, but what tensions will definitely start because of Jupiter's benefic aspect. I'm not expecting a great war to take place, but definitely there will be a border tensions. And as soon as Jupiter's aspect starts moving towards the Tula Rashi and drishti or the aspect over the Kanya Rashi, um, by May 14 will start shifting towards the Tula Rashi. So at that time it will start losing aspect on Kanya Rashi. So that's when we can see the war happening in it. So as soon as the time comes, I'll actually mention when it could happen also. But definitely we can expect some heightened war tensions during this time. And of course, we can expect more spies and enemies also. So our neighboring countries, which has the Mesha Lagna, who actually took independence a day before us, so they are at the threat. So their own secret operations, their own spies and enemies will actually affect them, and will actually cause a great amount of trouble for them, because they belong to Mesha Lagna. So that's why it is very important that during this time it's not a good time from the world geopolitical scenarios. So that was my video all about how this March 29th event, the multiplanetary conjunction in Pisces, will have the impact, significant impact on the whole world. So I think there's a lot of potential impacts on society and economy other than this, but I have tried to keep it as clear and concise for my audience. So I hope you like it. If you like, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also please press the please press the bell icon also to get the notifications as quick as possible. So that's it for the day. So thank you and have a good day.